I'm Kevin Black. I'm a fashion designer located here in Columbus, Ohio, and I have been designing for about 7 years now. And my talk is going to be talking about the importance of buying black. I'll just say that's it because it's not. Okay, so one of the things I really wanted to touch base on is the power of the black dollar. We a lot of times we as Americans don't understand what our black dollar means. So with nearly 50 million Black Americans living in the United States, the Black culture spends about $1 trillion a year. At 47.8 million strong and a buying power that is on par with many countries' gross domestic products, African Americans continue to outspace spending nationally. The Nelson Report shows that Black buyers have especially influenced the technology market and broke down the spending habits of Black consumers compared to the rest of the population at large. So the spending by Black consumers is especially influenced by advertising, 42% more likely than the rest of the country to respond to ads on mobile. That means we are always on our phones. Social media plays a huge part in consumer sales for the culture. So 96% of African Americans own a smartphone, and those aged 35 plus surpass the total population in their age group by 2% for smartphone ownership. In fact, African Americans make up 23% of the total market of US cellular sales, while only accounting, listen to this, we only account for 14% of the overall population of the United States of America in the country. So these stats are huge, and this is really why I buy Black so much. So, Black design. These are pioneers right now that are paving the way for African-American designers. It's Kirby or Pierre Moss. You have Ann Lowe, she paved the way. You have Laquan Smith. You have Fee Noel. You have Charles Harbison. You have Dapper Dan. You have Willie Smith. You got Tracy Reese. She's done tons of stuff for our First Lady and forever First Lady, Ms. Michelle Obama. You have other designers that have also paved the way, like Stephen Rose, and you got Ducky Confetti. He's like the new age Dapper Dan. I'm sure y'all seen Black is King and seen that amazing outfit he made for Beyonce with the money sign. We have other pioneers that has just paved the way. We got Virgil. We got Teflar. These are people that have paved the way. And truly, I want to talk about behind the design of Buy Black. So with this, as a designer, I feel society looks to us in ways to enhance their life experiences. It is also our responsibility as creatives to use our creative voice to speak up in the face of injustice of any kind. The Buy Black campaign was launched in February of 2019. I was offered one of the greatest opportunities as a Black designer, and I had faced one of the biggest challenges to date as a Black creative. My talents did afford me an opportunity to step in a role that many independent designers dream of. I felt strongly that it was time for me to show unity and support of minority creatives. When it was time for me to audition for this opportunity, I was met with disposition of perplexed minds. I felt an overwhelming sense of disdain from the room, and as I didn't belong. However, some in the room chose to speak up and defend my talents and the opportunity I was given, and they congratulated me on speaking highly of my work, despite the consistency in the room. But in spite of, I continued to speak passionately about my work and the collection. Leaving, I did feel broken and angry. I started to remember the times I was treated unfairly for no apparent reason. I was overlooked by organizations time and time again for opportunities that would help my budding brand. I then challenged my frustration into design, which birthed Buy Black. Yes, it's a nod to my name, but it's also a mantra and a love letter to myself that speaks to the support of Black-owned businesses. Too many times we choose to support brands and organizations that constantly show us they do care about our culture. Most fashion brands, major fashion brands, organizations, and magazines steal from our culture, and they do take the credit. It's time these industries give credit to Black influence. It's time we not only see your Black Lives Matter graphic, but we see it in your offices of your companies, your organizations, and display of talent at the highest level. I feel that we have an obligation to create the standards and platforms of inclusion we want to see. And since it's been my mission create the change that I do want to see. So the message, I did a pop-up shop, and as you can see, people pulled up. This is what it's about. It's about us giving this message a voice and giving this platform a voice and letting people understand that it's very important for us to continue to circulate our Black dollar. We have to make sure that we sow the seeds to each other, with each other. That's the only way that we grow. And it's our responsibility. We have to ask ourselves the hard questions. Like, am I doing all I can to support? Am I involved in cultivating platforms free of bias and racial injustice? Because it's time to buy Black the block. I'll say that again. It's time to buy Black the block. It's time to support businesses consistently, not conveniently. We should support Black-owned businesses out of practice and not out of protest. That is my talk. I want to thank you guys so much. It has been an amazing journey. You can find me on all of my social media platforms. I am Kevin Black. My website, IamKevinBlack.com. Facebook, I am Kevin Black. And if you have stayed to hear me speak, I am giving a code out for everybody that is on this live. If you type in on my website, Black Ignite, you get 10% off your order. This is good for 24 hours. All right, guys.
Thank you so much, Kevin.